Hi, you're watching Shipway Backstage. We're here with Gideon Bensen. How you going, mate?
Hey Jack, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you. So most people would recognise you as the now ex-guitarist of the Preatures. You officially left the band a few months ago. Do you have any regrets about that decision?
I thought about it a lot, like in the lead up, and a lot of people asking me, why have I left? And it's for no other reason than just wanting to do my own thing. We're all really good friends, and the Preachers is a full-time gig, and I wanted to throw myself into this other project.
And for those die-hard Preachers fans, is there any chance of you getting on stage in the next few years?
Look, I think if I'm ever in the same city, or I'm there, or anything like that, I'm sure I would. It's not like, but yeah, I mean, I'm sure there will be opportunities in the near or distant future that I'll jump up and play with them.
There's some similarities, but there's also plenty of differences between the Preachers sound and your own sound now on the Cold Cold Heart EP. What's it like leaving the band and then concentrating on purely just your sound? Like, did you struggle at the beginning to try and differentiate your sound?
I always sort of... this has sort of been a labour of basically trying things out and seeing what sticks and what doesn't stick, and trying different things, different influences, all that sort of thing. So inherently, without the band in the picture, it's going to sound different, because the Preachers was a band, or is a band.
On your EP, there's guitars, there's synths, there's percussion, there's lots of backing vocals, lots of this stuff happening. Was it a challenge to try and fit all those ideas onto the EP?
Since recently I've done a couple of shows where it's been 5 of us on stage, so I have had someone playing sax, and but touring that is obviously an expense and not realistic, so we do it as a 3-piece, but we're just sort of every time we're playing it, we're trying something new and trying something different to sort of make it work in the context that we're in, and playing to the room that we're in.
You've said that your musical genre is, to quote yourself, call it what you will. But there is a lot of genres and subgenres in there. But the overall tone from the EP I got was very David Bowie-ish, if you don't mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the reason I say that, and I think I've someone's quoted me as saying that, and I just thought it was good to just. That's what it is. It is what it is.
But is Bowie a major influence?
Yeah, I think so. I'm a big Bowie fan. I'm big. I love 80s music, and definitely Bowie. I think what the common ground perhaps is that Bowie often took things that perhaps were not found within popular music. He would take, melodies or instruments or motives that you wouldn't find, or ideas that you would find in any other genre of music, and he'd put it in a context that was audible to the listener of you or I, or anyone sitting in their car, and he would throw those things in the mix, and you wouldn't probably know too much about them, but they'd make up what it is.
Today you're quite a lovely, sane-looking human, but you've got these amazing eyes in all your videos. Like, do you feel like you take on this different kind of Gideon when you're playing live and in the video clips?
I think it's like anyone who knows me in this kind of context knows that I'm a pretty
laid-back, chill guy.
Yeah, but when I'm on stage, it's a different experience. It's a part of you're giving a part of yourself away to the audience, and whether you as a performer know that or not, I'm not too sure if everyone realizes that, but when you're on stage, people see a part of you, and you become vulnerable, and you become a different person. I guess the videos, and a friend of mine, and her name's Sarah Adamson, she's done all the videos, and I think for her, she sort of understood that about the music. Yep. And to look to the zanier side of things and try and flesh that out of, I guess for me to be able to match what she's done with the video required me to be maybe a little bit more of an extrovert in that sense.
Speaking of the videos though, you've just launched the video for Cold Cold Heart. Yeah. It features Montaigne on backing vocals.
Yeah.
How did that collaboration come about?
So all the tracks have had a female vocalist on there.
I thought it was just you singing really high.
Yeah. The other tracks I had Meg Washington, so she's a friend, and she was in town at the time, and when we were doing the EP, it was kind of like whoever was around sort of came in and played, and it was a real sort of family affair.
You just like text it out and see what.
Yeah, like Jack from the Preachers played, Luke from the Preachers played, and you know, a lot of other friends. But Meg was around, and I was like, hey, are you around to do all these bits that I can't do, or to fill up that space in the music? And then this track, Cold Cold Heart, was the last one that we recorded, and it was a couple of months after we'd done all the other stuff. Yeah. So we were at a studio called Albert's, which I don't think is any longer in Sydney, and Montaigne was in there. I think she was probably writing for her record that she's about to put out, and
possibly shush with that.
And Tony suggested, he goes, why don't we just go and ask Montaigne? She'll, you know, if she's free and around. And so, yeah, I just simply went in and asked. I was like, hey, are you doing anything a bit later? Do you want to come and sing on a track? Yeah. She came in and she listened to it twice, I think. We played it to her twice. And she sort of laid down her parts in a couple of takes. I think it was 1 or 2 takes. And then, yeah, and that's what you hear.
And you're both kind of, I guess, accidentally zany kind of musicians.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Is there a collaboration EP possibly in the works?
Perhaps, I don't know. We haven't really had the time to sort of sit down and do any of that. But, you know, she's someone I'd definitely work with again.
We've come to the final question. And it's a bit of a pun, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's the best way to warm Gideon Bensen's cold, cold heart?
Oh, hot chocolate and cookies.
That's the way to your heart?
No, I don't know. I don't know. God, you're getting me deep.
We only just met.
Yeah, we just met, and now you're laying this one on me. I don't know. I don't know what it is that warms my heart, but I just know it when it happens.
That's poetic. That's nice.
How's that for now?
That's great. You've been watching Shipway Backstage. We're here with Gideon Bensen. Check out his EP.
Thank you very much.
Cold Cold Heart is currently touring with the Jungle Giants, and hopefully you see him on his own soon. See you later.